As 2025 comes to a close, I ranked the top 10 best roguelike deck building games that were released this year, only to find many games that were not mentioned in my video from January. In this list are games that bring a unique twist to the genre, as well as scratching the itch to experiment new deck ideas that truly challenge our minds. Which ones do you think are the best? Let me know in the comments below. Starting things off, we have Clutchtime Basketball Deck Builder. In this game, you must select a team and ultimately win the playoffs with it, updating it along the way. During each of the 4 periods in the game, you will have a chance to add a card to your deck, as well as adding 1 or 2 once a game concludes. The game has a lot of different difficulties and settings to play for countless hours, but the lack of animations makes the game feel monotonous, and there sadly isn't enough variety with the cards, leaving it in the 10th spot of this list. Back again to the list is Duchy at number 9. In this city building puzzle based roguelike deck builder, you must play as either the Duchy, Order, or Republic, all with differing faction quests and rewards as you seek to claim regions to your cause. Each turn you must start by essentially playing Tetris with landscape tiles, which, if played accordingly, will offer optimal resources and armies for the coming battles. All in all, Duchy is a great game, but can get pretty repetitive rather quickly, and although it has relaxing music and alluring graphics for the tiles, the absence of any combat animations whatsoever made it feel like a single-player version of Risk. Lost for Swords comes in at number 8. It's got that retro medieval dungeon crawler feel to it, and it delivers well on that. In this game, you play as different classes to defeat the bosses from all the towers on the game map. The playstyle is simple, yet addictive, and everything within the game seems to be well polished. After you win the game though, it does feel a bit repetitive, and it's less challenging than the games higher in the list, making it an ideal option if you're new to the genre. Deck of Haunts creeps into number 7 on this list. In the game, you play as the haunted house, luring in humans to essentially scare to death. Each day, you build, expand, or upgrade rooms, while at night the horrors settle in on your visitors. The game is definitely challenging and has a much different pace compared to the other games on this list. The graphics are alright, but with Halloween on the way, the game brought out a major update and it fits everything together nicely. I'm not normally one for horror games, but this game has a certain charm that keeps bringing me back. After all the hype around its release, Knights in Tight Spaces makes it 6th on this list. In this game, you control a medieval party that works together to fight your way through a fantasy world, along with other small encounters throughout the runs. The music is amazing, the art style is intriguing, and the cinematics are enjoyable. But sadly, the battles seem a little too drawn out, and the map for decision making feels bare bones at best. Overall, it is still a fun game with a lot of time you can put into it, especially if you're more into medieval strategy games. If Vampire Survivors was to be a roguelike deck building game, it would probably end up very similar to Into the Restless Ruins. In this game, you're trying to defeat the Warden, and every night you must use your deck to build rooms towards it. The more you explore, and the more enemies you defeat, the more cards you can add to your deck. The game offers nostalgic music and graphics similar to that of Loop Hero, as well as many different ruins to explore, and a whole lot of other unlocks to add to future runs, making it a great option and securing it as number 5 on this list. Nine Kings comes in at number 4. I accidentally found this tower defense game when browsing my wishlist, and I noticed that it wasn't listed as a roguelike deck building game, despite having many similar elements. Turns out, it is. Each game you must choose what king you are, and then must place cards down in the 9 squares you have available. After the start, it's 1 card a turn, whether it be units, towers, or other helpful structures and abilities, then you must battle an opponent. When you defeat an opponent in battle, you gain a card from their arsenal and add it to your small hand. The game has a bunch of different elements that show up periodically, but the lack of randomized events, minimalistic graphics, and semi-annoying battle sound effects might turn some people away. As We Descend is an apocalyptic roguelike deck building game with much more to it than you might think. In this game, you are trying to survive as the last stronghold of humanity. Each cycle, you spend that time talking with the city folk, recruiting units, taking on quests, and gathering resources to get a foothold before the battles leading up to the 3 bosses. This game takes a bit of time to learn, but has many unique elements to keep you playing for hours. And the difficulty might seem easy with your first victory, but it ramps up faster than you might think, making As We Descend a great option if you're seeking more of a challenge. At number 2 we have StarVaders. StarVaders is a game where you fight off hordes of aliens as a pilot, and constantly upgrade your equipment until you defeat all 3 bosses. The game sounds simple, but after each run you get more pilots to use, new acts to try conquering, and so much more. Everything about this game complements itself, and it runs like a well-oiled machine. This one was completely off my radar until it was released, but has become a fan favorite, and likely one of the best roguelike deck building games of all time. I'm not sure how I missed the sequel to one of the best roguelike deck building games of all time, but when Monster Train 2 released on Steam, I knew this was going to be a big hit. In the game, you're fighting your way out of the underworld on your constantly changing train. After each battle, you have different options you can choose to upgrade and to add to your deck until you defeat the boss in the 8th battle. The game feels just like Monster Train 1 until you finish your first or second run, and it includes earning different customizations, train hearts, and different card types that make Monster Train feel more complete. Although there are some minor bugs in the game, particularly related to a few cards not working the way they were worded, this game is the best roguelike deck building game I have played this year. And there you have it. Those are the top 10 best roguelike deck building games that were released so far in 2025. If you think I missed any games or that the order is wrong, let me know in the comments below. Like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next game ranking video, and I'll see you next time.